Welcome to Into the Night. I'm Nari, your guide on today's excursion down a twisted path. Be careful not to get lost. Be it dark or light, it's easy to lose your way. Are you ready? Then let's begin. A Lady Indeed, Part 2. Last week, I told you that I'd find a way to make you into a respectable lady. Charity, I've made all the arrangements. I have no one else in this world but you. Promise me you will tell no one what I am about to tell you. I promise. He pulled a thick envelope from his pocket and handed it to her. I've invested wisely over the years. I earned most of my money through the mining business. In this envelope, you will find $10,000. Charity dropped the envelope in her lap and gasped. Take it. I want you to use it to get out of this godforsaken brothel. You deserve so much more. Starting tonight, I want you to begin a new life for yourself. I've already rented a room for you at the hotel for the next year. Tell no one about this money. Don't even put it in the bank. I don't trust anyone there not to talk. Be frugal with it, so no one knows you have this. As a lady, it's not safe for you to be alone and have the likes of some of those men knowing you have money. Tears fell down her cheeks. Is this possible? It's real, Charity. I told you I'd find a way, and I have. She leaned over and held him. I'm grateful, but I hate the thought of something happening to you. It's not right. This is what I want, and neither of us can stop my old body from quitting. Now open it. Charity opened the envelope. It was stuffed with bills. How can I ever thank you? By being the fine lady that I know you are. There's one more thing I need you to do for me. Something else I need you to watch over. Yes, anything. He pulled a sealed envelope from his other pocket. There's more. I want you to keep this someplace safe, someplace secret. I want you to choose a husband wisely. Don't just marry any old lout. Marry a man who deserves that heart of yours. On your wedding night, open this for me. Can you do that? Of course. I don't know what to say. You've given me a chance at life. I owe it to you, Charity. You should have better in life than the cards you were dealt. Starting right now, hold your head high. You've got more than enough to live on, so marry for love. Right now, let's get you packed. You're not gonna spend another night here. You're free to live. Olin carried her bag down the stairs. With a quick goodbye to a stunned Miss Mabel, they were out the door. Olin escorted her to the hotel and gave her a hug and a peck on the cheek. The clerk has your room key. Thank you, Charity, for making me feel alive and important. Go live that life I want you to have. Goodbye. With that, he walked away. That Sunday evening, Olin passed away in his sleep. His funeral was attended by Doc Billingsley, the preacher, and Charity McShane. No one else even noticed that Olin Grigsby had disappeared from the town. After the burial, Charity remained by his graveside. I promise I will make you proud. Thank you. Tears rolled down her cheeks and fell onto the freshly dug earth. Quietly and carefully, Charity built a life. She discreetly bought a wardrobe of decent clothing. Looking at her now, a person wouldn't believe she was the same girl who had survived by working in a brothel for 5 years. No one but Charity, and the rest of Wickenburg, knew her shameful past. Saturday morning book discussions with Clay Monroe were a large part of creating the life she wanted. Their conversations grew beyond books, and she confided in Clay about the freedom Olin Grigsby gave her. I can't change that I was a saloon girl, but Olin gave me the chance at a normal life. She did not reveal, even to Clay, the amount of money she had been given. She trusted Olin's feelings and remained cautious. That was a generous thing he did for you. I want you to know, I've never looked at you like a saloon girl, Charity. You're special. You deserve so many good things. Clay, I'm not sure I deserve anything. I'm so ashamed. He held her elbows in his hands and looked down into her eyes. I know I don't have anything to offer you. Nothing but my heart. To most, that wouldn't mean much either. Charity, I fell in love with you the first time I ever saw you. I don't even like brandy. I'd just go to Miss Mabel's and order one so I could catch a glimpse of you. What? You can't be serious. I've never been more serious. I know I can't expect you to feel the same about me, and I probably should have just stayed quiet, but I had to tell you. I couldn't go on seeing you without letting you know how I feel. Clay, I have a secret to tell you. I felt the same way. You are everything I'd ever want in a man. I never thought you'd want a woman like me. You're perfect. He lifted her chin, and they stared into each other's eyes. I've wanted to do this forever. He softly kissed her. He then looked into her eyes again. Seeing as how we're both orphans, I guess you're the only one I need to ask this. Charity McShane, will you marry me? Oh, yes, I will marry you, Clay Monroe. I didn't think you'd say yes, but just in case, I brought this. I want you to have it. He reached in his pocket. It was Mama's. She'd be happy to have you wear it. Clay then placed the most beautiful diamond and sapphire ring Charity had ever seen on her finger. It was a dream come true. We won't have much. We'll have each other, Clay. That's all I've ever wanted. We'll have to figure out a place to live. You can't exactly stay at the bunkhouse. They both chuckled at the thought. We can stay in my room at the hotel for now. We have some time to get the rest in order. I just want to be your wife. A week later, in a quiet ceremony with just the preacher and themselves, Charity and Clay Monroe were wed. That night, after he carried her over the threshold of her hotel room, Charity remembered Olin's second envelope. I have to get something. It was a gift from Olin Grigsby. He told me to choose a husband wisely and to marry for love. I have. He also told me to open something with you on our wedding night. She reached behind a painting on the wall and pulled an envelope from behind the frame. What's this? I don't really know, Clay. He'd already given me $10,000 to live on. $10,000? Charity, we can build a real life with that. Yes, that was going to be my surprise for you tonight. Olin told me not to open this envelope until I was married. Something about how it wouldn't be safe for me as a single woman if anybody knew. So it's a surprise for both of us. Their eyes widened. How could there be anything more? She held the envelope out to Clay. Help me open it? Together, they unsealed it and removed the contents. A simple handwritten note was on top. Charity, you are opening this on your wedding night, and I trust that you chose wisely. To your husband, I say to always remember the treasure he has found in you. The key is to a safe deposit box where you will find more than enough money to buy cattle, to build a lovely house, and to have the life you deserve. I put everything I had into this for you. You are now a fine lady. Your friend, Olin. She set the note aside, and the two stared in disbelief. In their hands was the deed to Wellington Ranch. Thank you for joining me for Into the Night, an anthology series written by Caroline Giammanco, narrated and produced by Nari Kwak, with music created by Alex Sexton. Theme music by Nico Rodriguez. Our links are in the show notes. Into the Night is available on your favorite podcast directory, so be sure to subscribe and follow so you never miss an episode. We would really appreciate a 5-star review, as it helps new excursionists to find and join us. Feel free to share with someone you want to bring along on our next excursion. I'd love to hear from you on Twitter at Into the Night Pod or by email at itnanthology@gmail.com. I'll see you next time. And remember, whether in the shadows or in the daylight, all twisted paths lead you into the night.